a special edition of Newscene. I'm Noelle Mortensen.
And I'm Bernice Chavez.
Newscene is a weekly television news broadcast produced and directed by students at San Diego City College. Every facet of the broadcast, from writing scripts to manning cameras to running the switchboard in the control room, is done by students. But this semester, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our studio time has been restricted. That means we had to get creative. As the stay-at-home order remains in place, Newscene has continued to work remotely. All of our production staff has set themselves up in home studios, both here in San Diego and internationally. Gone are our industry-quality cameras, studio lamps, and teleprompters. Instead, we're using smartphones, ring lights, and prompter apps. Through it all, our commitment to bringing you the news of the week has remained as strong as ever.
In this week's show, you are about to see the spring semester's best student news packages. A news package is a standalone long-form news story that contains everything the viewer needs to understand the issue from that single report. Let's take a look at some of our stories that students have created.
First up, lots of people use Zoom to keep in touch with their loved ones these days, but Christina used it to do an interview with a CHP officer about the rise in speeding we've been having. Christina, take it away.
Stay-at-home orders have plenty of people doing just that, but those needing to leave their house are noticing a dangerous trend. Speeding is up, way up. The CHP announced an 87% increase in speeding tickets for drivers going over 100 miles per hour. The surge in speeding began on March 19th, the start of the stay-at-home order during the COVID-19 pandemic. The California Department of Transportation says there is a 35% drop in traffic volume on state freeways, but that's no excuse to drive over the speed limit. CHP Officer Jay Sanchez says violators are putting other drivers at risk.
There is traffic out there other than the people that are on quarantine. There are essential employees that were out and about. There's a lot of stuff still going on. There's still construction going on. There's certain jobs that are still actively, people are still actively going to work.
The CHP has not seen a significant rise in number of crashes, which is expected due to fewer drivers. However, the ratio of injuries and deaths to motorists has gone up.
There are more injury crashes, even more percentage-wise, even more fatals, because we should see a decrease in these things, and these numbers aren't going down.
The CHP and Caltrans are working to educate the public on making the highway safe for everyone. For Newscene, I'm Christina Payton.
Thanks, Christina. Remember the traffic back in the day? 3 months ago? That was one thing I really don't miss. But as we move into summer, we might have to stay in the car to beat the heat.
As summer heats up, where are we going to cool down? Due to the pandemic, options are now limited for those who are without air conditioning. Normally, many San Diegans would be able to head to cooling centers to stay out of the heat. But with centers being closed, the struggle to stay cool is on. Noelle has more.
With summer months coming, San Diego residents would normally go to cooling centers to escape the heat. But with the coronavirus pandemic still looming, these spots are no longer the safe havens they used to be.
Our summers can get up to 90s, 100s, and that heat can be very, very dangerous to the health, particularly of senior citizens, if you're out in the heat too long.
Many officials are scrambling to help residents stay cool and safe during the coronavirus pandemic. With libraries, recreation centers, and indoor malls closed due to COVID-19, officials have started to get creative. Local officials in Phoenix are looking into renting hotel rooms for the homeless. New York City is planning on lowering the cost of electricity so people can afford to run their AC. And in Austin, Texas, government officials are planning to dispatch AC units on public metro buses and making them mobile cooling centers. Recently, Los Angeles County opened 8 cooling centers during a heat advisory. These locations were only open for certain days during the heat wave and for limited hours. If these cooling centers do remain closed, there are many things we as San Diegans can do to stay cool this summer. First off, San Diego County has partnered with SDG&E to provide free electric fans to seniors living on limited income. For those that are able to run water from a hose, sprinklers at Lowe's are as cheap as $9. A kiddie pool like this are also available for under $10 at Walmart. Staying in the shade and making sure to slow down are also options to keep cool and avoid the risk of heat stroke. Check out San Diego County's website for tips on how to beat the heat and stay safe during these hot times. I'm Noelle Mortensen, reporting for Newscene.
Great advice, Noelle. San Diegans can definitely use those tips during the heat waves. And remember to drink lots of water.
And as the sport world gradually returns from the coronavirus shutdown, Vicky has the story of two students making the best of this tough situation. This report is a collaboration with the City Times newspaper.
Athletes everywhere saw their seasons cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and no matter how successful the season, no team could avoid a total shutdown. City College baseball program learned that the hard way.
It just blows that, this coronavirus pandemic just cut it off because we were off to a really good start. We're really ready to put City back on the map with baseball.
Student athletes at San Diego City College, like Martinez, have no choice but to move on and continue their careers. Martinez recently committed to Arizona Christian University.
The best fit for me is I'm a family guy. I like family is my number one thing, over baseball. I want to play for my family where they can come watch and just come watch. 'Cause I do it not just for myself, but just for them because, they got me there. They helped me to get to that point. So I'm a big family person. So I kind of picked a school that was closest to me, close to home, so my family could come out and watch. And Arizona was the best fit,
It hasn't just been students prepping to leave City that have been impacted. Mission Bay High School student Jillian Geenan is eager for her college sports career to start. She recently committed to San Diego City College to play volleyball and fears for the upcoming season.
I would be disappointed, but I would understand why they would have the need to do that. But I just really hope that doesn't happen and that I can play volleyball at City.
For most athletes, the game is on hold, but you can bet they will be ready to return as soon as the stay-at-home orders are lifted. Reporting for Newscene, I'm Vicky Pineda.
Thank you, Vicky. We wish all these athletes good luck in their upcoming seasons.
And if you are one of the many people who are burning through streaming services, you don't want to miss any content highlighting the contributions of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Christina has the inside track on what's available online. Tell us about it, Christina.
It's May, and that means it's Asian Pacific American Heritage Month.
The Asian American story, in very surprising ways, really is everybody's story.
PBS is marking the occasion by highlighting community voices in a new kind of historical documentary. Asian Americans is a 5-part docuseries depicting the real-life stories of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. The people featured share first-hand experiences or those of their family members who have lived through major historical events. In this time of coronavirus and racism directed toward Asian Americans, the series captures the challenges and contributions to American history by the diverse AAPI community. And from PBS to streaming, there are plenty of goodies online you can watch to support the AAPI community.
People get excited about it too.
Netflix is streaming tons of content produced by Asian and Pacific Islander creators.
I left a funeral to be by your side after Nick Jonas married an Indian woman that wasn't you. That was very hard on me.
From recently released titles like The Half of It, Never Have I Ever, and Kim's Convenience, to old standbys like Master of None, you'll find plenty of binge-worthy content to keep you glued to your couch. And when a pandemic keeps everyone self-isolating, festivals can seem like a thing of the past. But that's not the case here. The Los Angeles Asian Pacific Film Festival has moved online. The virtual event is free and allows access to film screenings, panels, and watch parties. The festival is available all month long. Reporting from Normal Heights, for Newscene, I'm Christina Painton.
Thanks, Christina. Even though festivals have had to adapt online, it's nice that we can still share in this month's celebration. And speaking of celebrating, did you have a birthday during the stay-at-home orders?
Nothing is predictable during this time of coronavirus, especially birthday celebrations. People are finding new and interesting ways to keep their loved ones happy. Bernice, what can you tell us about how people are celebrating birthdays during this pandemic?
Stay-at-home orders may be designed to keep us safe, but the isolation means celebrating birthdays is virtually impossible, at least in the traditional sense. But plenty of people have used their time at home to get very creative, and social media has been flooded with suggestions on how you can celebrate your big day. The most popular idea has been birthday parades, including carloads of family and friends caravanning by the birthday person's house. People have been decorating their cars with things such as banners or balloons. Loud music, bubbles, and even cowbells add the festive atmosphere. The online marketplace site Etsy even markets custom invitations for the occasion. The surging popularity of Zoom has also changed the way we celebrate. Not just for work or school, virtual parties via video are a popular option too. Leaving gifts on a doorstep or sharing notes written in chalk outside of the house are also a great way to bring out the birthday cheer. And of course, a traditional birthday party is an option with family living in the same household. Check out this clip of a little girl hitting a piñata at her brother's household-only party.
Go, Moa, go! Get the candy! There's candy inside! Hit it hard!
Even through these tough times, all people want is hope and happiness. And that's why, no matter how far apart we are, you know people will find a way to come together safely for a birthday celebration. Reporting for Newscene, I'm Bernice Chavez.
Thank you, Bernice. I agree. It's been tough during this pandemic, so it's amazing to know that people are doing their best to show their loved ones that they care, especially now, because we need to celebrate that we are happy and healthy and together.
And fitness is an important part of many people's lives. With summer just around the corner, those starting to work on their beach bods were stopped in their tracks when the quarantine went into effect. Our resident fitness lovers, Noelle, gives us all the details for staying active at home. Check it out.
These days, exercise may seem to be the last thing on everyone's minds, but more people are working out than you'd think.
They're running marathons on balconies, volleyball with dogs, and sports legends using their kids as workout gear. With everyone staying away from the gym, fitness online is surging in popularity, and an endless list of options to break a sweat are just a click away. Free classes from some of the largest fitness companies are now fully online. Barry's Boot Camp has workouts on Instagram Live. Tony Horton, the creator of P90X, streams on Facebook.
Soft landings for.
And Orange Theory is taking its training to IGTV. Even Peloton is offering a 30-day trial for its app-based fitness program.
And you don't need one of their bikes to do the workout either. You can use what you already have, one of your own stationary bikes or treadmills.
And if sweat isn't your thing, try yoga. It's great for the body and the mind.
Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sit low. Weight is in your heels. Soften your shoulders.
Core Power Yoga, a place where classes are normally $26, is offering free virtual sessions.
No matter what gets you moving, there are plenty of ways to stay active during this quarantine time. From Newscene, I'm Noelle Mortensen. Namaste.
Wow, just watching has made me break a sweat. I think I'll try some yoga after the show.
You'll love it, Bernice. That wraps up our show. And those were all really great packages. All of our reporters here at Newscene have worked so hard this semester.
That's right. For more information on Newscene, RTV and our RTVF classes, visit sdcitynewscene.com. Remember to please stay safe and take care of one another. We'll be back in the fall. Thank you and have a good night.